1.
Welcome back to the Enigma Daily, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. My name is Joseph, your host, and today we got a very interesting phone call, actually a 911 call, that was made out of North Carolina, where a man claims that a creature, while he was driving down a dark road, jumped into the back of his truck. And while this happened, he was actually on the phone with 911. And it's one of the most creepiest things I've heard in a long time. However, we got it on tape for you guys to record as well. We did a video on our main channel, and I just imported it here. So I'm going to bring this over right now, and let's get into it. I want you guys to check out this 911 call and let me know what you think about it.
County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am. I just turned on my bed light for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Subscribe now.
So there you have it. Very freaky phone call to 911. It is on our main channel, the Ancient Enigma Files. Go back to our landing page here, hit that button, jump over there, and give us a subscribe and check it out, where we do a semi-deep dive on it. We're going to work on it more down the road. But that's what the man claims happened to him, that a creature, driving down the road in North Carolina, a dark back road, jumped into the bed of his truck. And he thought it was someone bleeding on the side of the road at first. But it turned out, according to him, that it wasn't. And the police reports seem, fairly credible because, like I said, the sheriff did an investigation. Now, I've talked to a lot of people on what they think this could possibly be. And this is what they describe me. This creature right here is supposedly called a rake. Now, Upper East Tennessee, they call these things a rake because their arms are longer than their legs. And supposedly they are some type of ambush cryptid who hides in the forest, and as you're walking down the forest will shoot its arms out, grab you by your ankles, and drag you into the bush. Now, there's a series that I watch on YouTube called The Missing 411, where hikers have been in the wilderness and been hiking, and they have claimed that there was 4 of them, and lined up in a line, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and as they're walking around, the third man ends up disappearing. The guys in the front didn't hear anything, and the guys in the back didn't see anything. And so a lot of people say that this is the creature that does it. And supposedly, I don't know how they know this, it has some type of chemical on its hands that it numbs your body or, paralyzes your body when it grabs a hold of you and pulls you into it. Now, that is pretty far-fetched, but that's not the strangest thing I've ever talked about on my channel. But also, people have talked about that this could have been some type of extraterrestrial, some type of hybrid, some type of paranormal entity, because it was near a Civil War reenactment grounds, from what I could tell. I've never been to this part of North Carolina. However, I do know that it is fairly remote. This was covered by two other channels where they did actually deep dives into the claw marks and the tailgate of his bumper. And they said it did appear that something massive with hands or claws gripped it hard. And also, they found muddy prints nearby that didn't match human feet or local wildlife. Locals began calling it the Lexington Crawler. This thing right over here that you see on the screen. The Lexington Crawler, linking it to early stories from the Appalachian region describing a pale humanoid figure that stalked rural areas. Now, I've heard those when I was growing up, but I didn't think they were real because I've never had an encounter like that. But they do seem to be happening more and more and more out there. So, as you know, on this channel, we talk about cryptids, we talk about UFOs, UAPs, conspiracies, strange events that happen. We talk about lost history. We talk about things that have been, are just weird. We are the sister channel of the Ancient Enigma Files, where we do deep dives on this. And we have done a deep dive over there on what is the rake, the folklore about it, where it came from, and however, the origin stories of it. I do believe they live in the Appalachian mountain range. I do believe they live in caves. I have spoken to people. Drewski from the Cryptid Warfare podcast has actually encountered one of these with his team in a deep cave. I don't know where they were at. Also, I do know that this legend of this story seems to take place in national parks, all near rocky terrain areas. Now, this book over my shoulder over here, or over here, the 54 Apocrypha that were taken out of the Bible, talks about how the Watchers came down and created animal-human hybrids, how they came down and they made the Fae, how they came down and created all this weird stuff. This could be some type of variant. My mind leads to more sinister aspects of it, that this could possibly be a government experiment, some type of hybrid program, maybe tied to the super soldier programs. I don't really know, but I do know that I've spoken to people who have claimed or stated, I don't want to insult anybody, that they were a part of a military units referred to as the critter getters, where they would have to go into these national parks and hunt these assets, they would call them, when they got out of line or, were doing bad things. But also it disturbed me that they would release these things into national parks or into forests to study how they would hunt unsuspecting regular people. So, yeah, not a feel-good story, but that's how we start the Mondays. Cryptid Mondays is what I'm going to start calling this. This right here is the new channel, the Enigma Daily. We are the sister channel of the Ancient Enigma Files. If you're interested in our long-form content, go back to our landing page on YouTube, hit the channel at the top, go over there and give us a subscribe. We're doing really well over there. However, this channel is a new channel, and we're trying to get it up and running. So please do me a favor, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment on what you think that is. If you in that area or you're familiar with creepers, crawlers, or whatever these things were called, please leave that in there as well. Also, we are looking to improve our product as much as possible. So give us a thumbs down if you don't like what you saw. But if you do that, please do us a favor and tell us the reason why. We do read the notes and we want to be able to make those adjustments and improve us as we go. The format is 8, 10, or 15-minute lives Monday through Friday at noon, where we talk about all this kind of strange stuff. It's super, super interesting, and I think it's probably highly, highly plausible that it's all true. So, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and I tell you what, we'll see you tomorrow. We're out.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.